gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Virginia Tech's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing. Sometimes it just gets away. Sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time because all you heard about is we weren't even competitive. This is a rivalry game, a big-time game. We didn't show up. We dishonored our previous teams and squads, and we've got to do better. That's all they've heard coming into this game, Paul.
Yeah, David, I think that was the story the last time these teams played. One team handled the emotion of the game better than the other team. You've got to be able to play within yourself and play one snap at a time. That last game got away from the losing team. I don't expect that to happen today.
Gonna run it. It's Bennett. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking downfield, it's Drones. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
And how about that? A lot of coaches talk about being aggressive and we're going to take shots, but then they get conservative in the game. But first drive, coming out, showing this defense we are not afraid to throw the ball deep. Might keep that defense a little bit more conservative.
And the Hokies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Green. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's the handoff. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They think there's room to run to the right here. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 10th play of the drive coming up, but this time a chance for the defense to get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed behind the line, it's Green. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force... carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
The Yellow Jackets offense will go to work for the first time today. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football. One of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
Looking to pass, it's King. He'll take a deep shot here. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking downfield on first down. He makes the catch. Races down to the 2 and stopped just short of the goal line as he goes out of bounds. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in.
Continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And that don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 25. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies.
And how about the bomb, the long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. On the ground, it's Haynes.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. The give to the single back. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Kane. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down. And the Yellow Jackets started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First play of the period, first down here. The give to the back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And he puts through the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Catch in the middle, it's Green. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And the Hokies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Single back formation, and they give it to it. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Drones. Makes the grab, it's Heath. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Makes the catch, it's Selden. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. What a disappointment. No good. And guys still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They go to the ground. There he goes! And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Yellow Jackets in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll try the run. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw, it's King. Caught in the backfield, it's Haynes. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. They're going to pass on the field goal. They're still looking for 6 in this situation. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Patterson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a crease, it's Haynes. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Yellow Jackets pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And He was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage and getting running backs on the run.
And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Finds the tight end. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turn. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The give on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Right back to the well. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to
converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to throw, it's King. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And he missed it. No good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in the snap.
The Hokies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Bennett. Turning it on. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
The offense has got to find something here in the fourth quarter. You can tell pressing a little bit. They need that big play. They want that big play to try to make this game a better ball game. Took the shit.
He's got it. First down and more. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it.
Talk about getting excited just to lose it again. The offense gets the first down. You got enough yards, but what do you have to do? You got to take care of the football. You can't cough it up. The defense forces the fumble, recovers it, takes all the wind and all the momentum back to their side.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. They're working that left side. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's King. Right on the money. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds his big tight end. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
I know a lot of people don't like to prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, I am not giving up.
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up in the 28. And the Hokies want to crank the tempo.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. He's looking downfield to throw. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync.
He's got it in more than enough for a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Hokies will line it up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Back to pass, it's Drones. Throws for the tight end. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. And the Hokies, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Looking for room, it's Hawkins. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Back to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Keith. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Quickly to the tight end. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency. I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the 1st, and keeping this drive alive.
They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Might be changing the route. To the air, it's King. Wide out trying to get it in. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Florida's offense will go on the attack first. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they tried the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but it's...
Breaks into the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Gator!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense will try to get something started with their first possession. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Fires to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Razorbacks racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Lost to fire on second down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected him.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked him 4 times. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the outbound.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
Fires to the middle. He's straight downfield. Defense is there to make the stop, and he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Bringing it back. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this one. It's a fumble on the play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead at week 6.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. He leaves it with his back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. A
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Touchdown! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
Arkansas, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They've been gashed by the proverbial buzzsaw now to try to find a way to fight back into this game. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Bringing the heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
They've given up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Bunch formation for these receivers. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Razorbacks are on the move. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, they're after him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Under fire. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Gator. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Takes the handoff. It's Paul. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They send the tight end in motion. They'll leave it with him. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Punts it out of the air. Touchdown, Florida! A great catch and run for 6. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent, this one's over.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. To the air on 1st down.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got rid of it just in time. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect their quarterback a little bit better.
They boot it away on 4th down. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The give to the lone running back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll ride the hot hand. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. To the ground with the back. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gator! And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Handoff from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, that's disappointing for the offense because that's a play that you rep all week long in practice. You should be able to hit that one, no problem. QB receiver couldn't come up with a completion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Going downfield for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Razorbacks decide to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He leaves it with the back. There he goes. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And the Gators just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're putting to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. On the run, it's Walker. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Wants to throw on 3rd. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires into the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Rides the back on the option, the give. Makes guys miss. That's what he does as he's out to the 20. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Thrust that arm out. Works his way to the 18-yard line. Not enough for the first down. They'll be facing 4th down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Razorbacks will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. He's got it. He gets a block. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. The Gators will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Sends it downfield. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building.
Got room on the return. Touchdown, Florida! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. And he was flat. Missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and he's trying to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down.
Turning it on. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Back to pass. He lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Catch in the middle, it's Shaw. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. 1 man in the backfield, and he gets it. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got an open man. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Rushes on him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The offense changing the play. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the blown catch.
It's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The Gators will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. On the option. Now the pitch. Touchdown, Gator! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive. Just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run. They're loading the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Offense getting set for 1st down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Floats it out in space. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. And the Razorbacks will punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got him downfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Florida! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in the groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the... record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. When you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. The inside handoff. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Razorbacks will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch at the 45. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Back to throw, it's Ramsauer. Pocket breaking down. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now it's 1st and 20 for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Gator! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. These guys wanted to make a statement. Statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop it. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Stadium buzzy, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
Quickly complete. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll keep it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Razorbacks line up to punt it away. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Using his legs, it's Verrier. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Back to throw, it's Ramsauer. A strike downfield. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Got his man quickly. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
And the Razorbacks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And the defense defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football. The impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Ramsauer. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's complete to the left. Oh, what a cut! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Touchdown, Florida! The defense putting points on the board. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing.
He's got it on the right. Off and running. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the... Now from inside the red zone. Makes the grab. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. The Razorbacks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Fires to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock. David.
Yeah, and this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Tight end now in motion. Off play action. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Use the play fake, now to throw. He turns it loose to the left. Underneath Tulsa coverage, got it deep downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Back to throw, it's Ramsauer. Looking for an open area to his left. He makes a grab. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time he just tried to force it into a tiny window. Ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. Unleashes one. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it.